Welcome back to Maverick's Arcade. My name is Chuck, and the title of this video is correct. This is going to be my last video in 1080p. I'm going to be upgrading to 4K because I got a new camera, but I want to first go over the problems that I have with my current setup, why I'm so excited for the setup that I'm going to be moving to. So stick around and check out this, enjoy it with me. Got an upgrade finally that's been plaguing me. So stick around. All right, so the problems that I've been having with the current setup is I've been using before the iPhone, which I'm now using is the iPhone right here. I've been using a Logitech Brio camera on my computer. And you know the view, me just sitting here, the desk like up about here, and recording my videos using OBS straight through, not editing, just recording straight through. And I've transitioned over to actually editing my videos to try to improve the quality. However, the problem I'm having is now that I've moved to the iPhone, you can see a lot of times the contrast will be extra bright or extra dark. It will shift. The focus will shift. You can see when I do this, the brightness and the gain change, which affects the colors. A lot of times it's hard to get the colors to come out correctly and consistently. So I always have to play with that back and forth. And then when I go into edit, I have to adjust things over and over again to get the settings to be right. And I've tried some various software on the phone to make it actually lock in the color balance, to lock in the brightness, but it doesn't work real well. I also have to use extremely high frame rates because I've noticed on the PC the only way to get it to move smoothly is to use a high frame rate because otherwise the computer will jerk and create this jittery motion. I hate that. So let me give you a little bit of history. Prior to making the videos, I was really getting into photography. So I started with this little Canon Rebel. This was the T1i Rebel. And then time went on and I upgraded myself then to a Canon 5D Mark III. Now I love this camera for shooting stills. It does have a video mode, but that's limited to 1080p at 30 frames a second. And again, I was getting that jittery action. I wasn't comfortable with editing software yet. And it was a great camera, but I did not like it as much for a video camera. So that cuts us to where we're at today. Well, the one other thing is with the Rebel and with the 5D, I ended up getting a lot of various lenses. And these lenses are EFS or EF mount lenses, meaning the size of this piece where it mounts on the camera is an EF mount or an EFS mount. So I've been checking out with the speed editor I have, I've been learning to love Blackmagic's DaVinci Resolve. So I was checking into those cameras because also one thing I learned to love with the Canon 5D is I could record in what's called RAW. So normally on a video camera, when you make a movie, it's automatically in movie format if it's an iPhone or it's in some other format, but it's already in its final form and compressed and the color's all been locked in and things like that. But when you shoot in RAW, it allows you to go change your color balance, change your exposures, and all those settings as if you were shooting the video fresh on the camera. So the one problem is Red Camera has a patent on doing RAW with compression because RAW files are huge. It's all the data straight from the sensor. So RAW has a copyright on that, has been preventing other camera companies from being able to really film in RAW and save it in a manageable format. But Blackmagic found a way to do it a while ago that allows them to get around that patent and have their own version of what's called Blackmagic RAW. So I was checking into Blackmagic cameras and I ended up saying, okay, well, what if I look at this newer camera? I might have to change the mount. Well, when I went to a local photo store to check it out, I did see an open box for a camera that already had an EF mount built into it. That the EF mount is that model of the camera. So I was all excited. What was it, $400 or $500 off what I could see at Amazon, but it was considered open box. And I asked him, what does open box mean? Are all the things still in there? And in fact, I purchased it. He said the open box means it's never been powered on, and that it's just that the cellophane was ripped off the outer edge. Everything should be there, and it's never been powered on. So I went ahead, got the thing, and I started to film a video just like this one and do an unboxing. And I noticed that there was a rubber band on the power adapter already. And then as I'm sorting through the box, I noticed the little card that was supposed to give me another license for DaVinci was missing. So I was like, ooh, this isn't right. And I know the store's policy is on electronics, no returns if they've been powered on. Thank goodness, though, this idiot left his camera card in the machine or in the device with footage on it, so I was able to easily go back to the store and say, look, this is not open box. This is in fact used because this person used it for 2 weeks according to the files, and he left his camera card in there, so I can see who he is. So you should go back to that guy and say, hey, one, you said it wasn't used, and two, where's the activation key? So they were really nice and they took it back without any problems. Now, the one thing that was funny is in buying that camera, I mistaked the specs. So I've got a CFS or CF Express card, which the new camera uses, and a card reader specifically for this type of card. The funny part is, so I just told the guy, I said, look, I'll keep the card and the card reader. And I did give them a chance saying, hey, can you get this newer camera? I'll buy it through you if you can. And they said, no, we don't carry that yet. So I went ahead and ordered it on Amazon. And it got here today, which is why I'm recording this right now. One other problem that I have had with using an iPhone is I bought myself a teleprompter. And you can see this is not the way a teleprompter normally looks. And that's because normally this isn't on here. It's usually a fabric that would go over the back of the camera and allow you to do teleprompter stuff here. But because I've been using the iPhone, I actually use this foam board to make myself a little box. And there's the iPhone mount that I put in there, and then I would close the box and then try to record that way. But again, as I was saying, the color shifting and all those other problems have been making it a nightmare. So I'm going to finally be able to take this stuff off and use the new camera. So I'm really excited to get started on this. So the next step, we're going to unbox this bad boy. So I'm very excited. This is the Blackmagic 6K, and unlike the other camera, this is a full frame camera. So it's a full 35 millimeter sensor on there, and the cellophane's still on it. So let's go unbox this now and make sure we've got everything. And that's the reason why my future videos are only going to be in 4K. So this is the last 1080p video for me. So again, here we are, and we've got a nice cellophane wrap still on this thing. We're going to go ahead and carefully take that cellophane wrap off. Oh, so beautiful. Move this to the side here. And we're going to see where the crease is here. Okay, so it's this way. Let's open that up. See what we got in here. All right, so this is the thing that I was missing. This was not here originally. And this is there was no manual or anything like that. So, ooh, Blackmagic design sticker. And this was this registration card, a little welcome thing. Thank you. Download the instruction manual. Yes, none of this stuff was here originally. And then this is my license key in here for another copy of DaVinci Resolve. So I definitely want another copy of that. Now this bundle I got also came with an external power adapter for 2 batteries, and it came with 2 extra batteries. And that's really good because the one thing I do know about this camera already is they say that the life of the battery is pretty weak on this. So one thing it's also really nice, the international adapters and this power cord, so I'll be able to actually have the camera powered and not have to only run off of batteries, which is great. So of course got the little shoulder strap and an included battery, so it'll give me 3 batteries. And since we're right here, let's go ahead and pull out our US power piece. And that was the other thing. In the other unboxing video, this was already connected to the power supply. So you can see this is clearly not a rubber band. Which is, that's why in the original attempt to make a unboxing video, I was like, something shady here. Fiddle with that later. So here's the moment, the fun moment. Oh, it's so beautiful. And as you can see, this is the included battery charger. Though, of course, a little USB dongle. And this is the big boy. So, one thing that's different about this one is, as you can see down here, full frame. It is a full frame sensor instead of a Super 35, which the other one, the EF version had. Now, because the EF version only had a 35, Super 35 sensor, this has the full 35 sensor. Now, the one problem is this is an L mount lens. So again, the reason why I was all excited about the other camera was it was EF, so all my lenses would automatically work. However, this is an L mount lens, and I have no L mount lenses at this time. I am going to start collecting some eventually over time, but I was able to purchase a L to EF adapter. So the way this should work, let's open this up. The way this should work is, take off the little booklet. Ooh, it's got a little protection there. We open this up, and what will happen is the EF, the L is on this side. You can see a little L right there. And then this is the EF. So what we should be able to do is put the camera on the back. There should be a release right here. So we open that up. We take the L side here. We wait for it to settle down in there. And you can feel it lock right there. So now what we'll do is we'll take the EF lens off my Canon 5D here. Take that lens off. And we're going to then put, that's the unlock position. So I should be able to put this lens right here. And once the lens is in there, I turn this latch. It just feels like it's gonna break. I don't know what that deal is there. So with this dropped in here, do I move? Okay, that doesn't move at all. So this is how you lock it. It just feels really tight. Yeah, and the lens is there. So now, big old camera lens. So there are plenty of videos on how this camera functions, and I do not feel the need to go over that, but we will see how this works out in the upcoming videos. Hopefully things will be a lot more clear. Unfortunately, right before I get a camera upgrade, I get this nasty little pimple and blemish over here that's making me look ugly. So you get to see that in 4K, so that's going to be fun. But the one thing I also really love about this is it's got, and this is obviously going to help with that theater group that I'm working with as well to do more short skits and stuff. But one thing I love about this is it's got, besides the power, it's got mini XLR inputs. It's got USB-C, so I can actually store straight to a USB-C, and there's also computer interactions you can do with it. It's got a full HDMI port, so I can run that to the monitor and actually see what's going on much better. And it obviously has some Bluetooth functionality. And then also it's got a monitor, so I can put headphones in so I can monitor the audio being recorded, even though I'm really going to be using a third-party recorder synced up to the footage. And then it's got a 3.5 mic, so for like the Rode microphones and stuff, I can use on that. So again, stay tuned. Watch for more videos coming soon, because I'm going to start putting this bad boy through its paces. So thanks again for joining me. I also wanted to take a moment at the end of this video. Stick around. I want to show the YouTube subscribers. I'm going to start showing those at the end of the videos of all the new subscribers since the last video. However, there is a long list, and I don't want to forget the people that have been with me from the beginning. So this list is going to be the longest. And then obviously any Patreon supporters that have helped with the purchase of this camera. This was definitely not supported by the channel. I put, my own money because I'm not making any off the channel at the moment. So, but I do want to thank those. Every little bit helps. And any money I've made off the channel through helping people and they tipped me or whatever have gone into the part of this purchase. So again, thank you guys for all your support. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let me know what you guys think. And if you have any other recommendations of things you would like to see in these videos, let me know. I'd love to hear it. But until next time, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.